After 2 years off, Need for Speed is finally back, with Payback, arguably their most ambitious title to date, with its huge new map and an action-packed campaign. But, how does this game actually hold up for us petrol heads? Well, that's what this video is hopefully going to help with. You see, the last few days I've noticed that critics have been slating this game. It's been having rather low scores. But from an actual gamer's point of view, and not just someone who looks at a game and thinks, this is just another piece of material I have to work with today, I'm genuinely curious to see what my opinion will be, whether it'll be the same, whether I'll just look at this game and leave thinking it's just another object, or whether I will actually be involved and wanting to play more. So let's kick off with the map. A map usually plays a huge part in any open world game. You need that diversity level, you need that blend of a hardcore city mixed with a countryside of some sort, in my opinion. GTA 5 did a very good job of that, but now that it's been out for, what, 150 years, I think it's been out for now, it starts to get quite dull and tedious. You've been there, you've done that. But that's the thing, it's lasted quite a long time. Horizon's map, on the other hand, Forza Horizon 3, I felt I got to know that map after about a week or two of playing it. It died down pretty quickly. Need for Speed's map, on the other hand, that is hugely diverse. You've got corners of the map where there are big mountainous roads, you've got big open deserts, you've got a city. I haven't even explored all of it. I've been playing this using the EA Access trial. I've really been enjoying the diversity of the map. I love the whole dynamic of the city being miles away, from what it feels at least, from the desert. With Horizon, I feel like you drive out the city and then bang, you're in the desert. There doesn't seem to be that much of a change. There doesn't seem to be that much of a transition. And that's something I really like about Payback, is how the map genuinely feels quite diverse and feels ridiculously big. It's something that I didn't think I'd be saying, but yeah, I'm really liking the map so far for Need for Speed Payback. Now, yes, I believe most people of the Need for Speed franchise will be wanting a Need for Speed Carbon 2, or possibly a remaster of the original Most Wanted, but this is actually quite a nice change. Payback is a nice lick of paint. It's a nice new coat of paint, and I really like this. To me, the franchise has always been, personally, influenced by the Fast and Furious franchise. You had the days where it was back, street racing, and there was none of this is family kind of business. It was racing for pink slips and money, with cars that had spoilers way too big, and watching women dancing in too little of clothing. Not that I'm complaining, but I feel like Need for Speed's kind of gone back to the Fast and Furious roots, more so with their newer films, which are very over the top and dramatic, such as Fast and Furious 5, where they have to do an entire bank heist using a Dodge Chargers or Challengers, and they're just dragging around a vault through the streets of God knows what city. I think they've been to every one now. And I feel like that's what applies to Need for Speed Payback. The heists are so blasé and over the top and hyperbolic. They're fantastic and they're fun. It reminds you, this is a game. It's an arcade game. It doesn't take itself seriously. Granted, it gets a bit cringeworthy in the campaign side of things with the voice acting. It's the kind of game that would wear jeans, Converse, and some form of wacky top. Kind of like what Russell Howard would wear. But, your other racing games this year, I feel, are more tailored to wearing some form of suit. If it was Gran Turismo, in fact, it'd be lacking a suit, wouldn't it? It'd just have part of a suit, and then you wouldn't be able to wear that suit unless you were online. Forza's suit would look really, really good, but then at some point, it would just stop working. Well, in which case, speaking of that, I think pop-in is an issue for Need for Speed Payback, so Need for Speed Payback suit you'd stand really far away and it'd be fine, then you get closer, then the guy's naked for a few seconds, and then the suit's back on. I don't know why I'm describing racing games this year as suits, but I'm going to go with it. Now, going back to the campaign, yes, it's hit and miss. I've seen some people make it out to be as the most cringeworthy thing, and it's almost as bad as, I don't know, a fart lingering in an elevator. But personally, I'm quite hooked on it. It's somewhat addicting. I like a campaign, and I like a story. And as I said, the voice acting can be a little bit pooey. But I am hooked. I want to know what the story is going to be. I like to see the direction of where this is going. I've just done the two main chapters on the EA Access trial, and yeah, I want to see more. It's a shame that it's over. I'm looking forward to playing the full thing. But if you like a racing game with a story, this is by far the best one that has been done. The cruise one I thought was awful. The whole, oh yeah, I just broke out of prison and now I'm going to go make love to my sister. It's not that appealing. Then you've got something like Forza Horizon, which is the music festival. Granted, that's unique and that is different, but it's very timid. It's very bland. I thought it was very samey, and as campaigns go, it's quite weak. Granted, the game is good fun, but there's no real hook to the story. It's just a matter of go here, do some races, go here, do some races. There's no particular cutscenes. You can't really get involved and relate to the characters. Need for Speed, you're relating to these characters within, what, possibly 10 minutes of playing the game. And in my eyes, I was hooked, and I really liked that. Next up on my list of things that I like to talk about are cars. Now, whilst this game has a limited car list, that's not an issue, because the amount of upgrades and customizations you can do to these cars is ridiculous. In some ways, by having one car, you're actually getting 4, because there's 4 variations of that car. Do you see what I mean? Yes, the car list is limited, but the variation is huge. And I think that's something that Need for Speed Payback does very well. If you like diversity in racing games, this game has got you covered. You've got a huge map, and you've got the car list, again, as I said, isn't big. But if you want a particular type of car, I'm guessing there is a car in this car roster that you will possibly like. And then you can customize and tailor to your own desire. I mean, we're talking about spoilers, wide bodies, rims, wheel camber, and so on. All those ridiculous things that people like to put onto their cars and drift around in an Asda's car park 2 a.m. every morning. It's got everything for you. So finally, I've got a few issues with the game. These are the 2 main ones. Firstly, as I said earlier about the suits analogy, there's quite a lot of pop-in. I think that's going to be fixed. I think that's going to be addressed. But it was the biggest thing I noticed whilst playing the game. Frame rate seemed pretty stable, but pop-in was a big issue. Now we move on to the big thing. 2 big things, actually. Firstly, being the handling, which is still typical Need for Speed. It is a bit pants. It always has been. I've never liked the Need for Speed handling model, but this is the nicest one I think they've done in a long time. It's the most usable, and I've gotten used to it. I feel like it's actually usable for someone like me who is usually playing sim arcade games. This is the most arcade of any racer I've ever played, and I've gotten used to it now. It's not too bad. It's much better than Need for Speed 2015, I feel. It's sharper and it's a bit more crisp than what the handling style of, with its god-awful, willowy, floppy aboutness of Need for Speed 2015. Oh, just don't get me started on that game. But now we come on to something that got everyone's knickers in a twist on the Need for Speed Reddit. The online for Need for Speed Payback, whilst it's quite minimal, it is quite fun. I've had good fun playing with some friends on this. However, there isn't a free roam option. That's something that Horizon has trumped this game with an ace with, because free roam is something that I'm guessing a lot of people like. It's something that you get to meet up with your friends with, you show off your cars, and you can do some epic road trips. And with a map like Payback, it's something that you will 100% want to do. And it's not there yet. The devs have said that it's going to be something they're going to add in the future, but for now, it's not there. Sort of not there, because whilst you're waiting for a game mode to load, you have the entire map open to you. Yes, you've got the box in the top left corner that says all the people that are waiting to join your lobby, but you have got an open world, and if you're quick enough, you can play with your mates in this open world. But I rest assured, it is going to be coming, because the feature's kind of already there, so it's just a matter of when it's going to be coming. So yeah, that's probably the biggest issue the game's got going for it at the moment. But to mark it a 5 out of 10, I don't really think that's justifiable. Anyway, those are my thoughts and personal opinions on the game. Granted, it is not the best game ever made. Should Forza Horizon be worried with this game? Possibly. This game's going in the right direction. It's got a much more diverse map. It's got much better car customization. We're just going to have to wait and see what Horizon does next to try and trump this. But enough of that. Is this game worth buying? Well, if you like your open world races and you can deal with the somewhat sloppy-ish handling, yes, the car customization is great. As I've banged on about numerous times in this video, the map is also fantastic. The campaign, I really enjoy. So yeah, that's that. If you like to wear a suit that occasionally lets you be seen naked, but then quickly corrects itself and then you'll see normally, this is the game for you. consumer advice here on the Tom Matthews YouTube channel. Anyway, thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed my impressions. If you haven't seen my last one, I will leave a link to the end of this video where I did my first impressions on Project Cars 2. But yes, thank you once again for watching this video, and until the next one, guys, adios.